welcome to another unscripted gaming. Post-scripted, Gurren Lagann, what is this, number five? I do
Yeah.
believe it is number five. Yeah,
I think so.
we're,
About
we're
that about
talking
that
about,
time.
before we get started, my name is Ray. Who are you other folks here with me today?
Hi, my name is Mike.
And I'm Josh.
Excellent. Gentlemen, last time we talked about a couple of good episodes. There was a big fight on top of the royal capital, Tepelin.
The the,
And
the the biggest gunman, the biggest face.
yeah, the
There's
royal
always a
capital was
bigger
just the
gunman.
gunman.
Just like Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn said.
Ah
Always a
yes,
bigger
ah
gunman.
yes.
Always
The
a bigger gunman. Yes, his
mhm.
famous line.
That's right. Famous line.
And Simone killed Lord Genome by putting a, what do you call
A
that?
core
A
drill
core drill
right in that
into his chest and turning the key and blowing
glorious
his
chest
back
hair.
out.
Doing
Ray. That's Ray.
yeah,
That's not what that means.
the back
I,
of his
I,
back is gone, so it
it
did
is
get blown
gone.
out. So it's
You,
right.
listen, you have to deal with the fact that just said Simone blew Lord Genome's back out, and deal with that thought.
Look, if somebody's gonna stick their car key in me and then say they're gonna blow my back out, it's not really how that works. It's not really gonna cut it.
The
I'm
penetration
sorry.
aspects of the
I'm
show
sorry.
never stop,
There
and they
is.
never will stop. They keep going. Speaking of keep going,
Subtext. What's that?
the the the
Only
16th
text.
episode,
Bold text.
Only text.
only text. The 16th episode, which I said we have to watch, even though it is the third clip show, the third compilation
This is getting
episode
ridiculous. They're
in
lucky
the
this is the best
series.
one.
Okay. First
Go
off,
ahead.
I'm gonna just admit it. I didn't watch it. I couldn't. I couldn't do it. My
You're a busy man.
and
This
yes,
this is established during the pre-show, so
indeed. And also, even if I wasn't that busy, which I am, I have 3 little ones running around, and time is precious. But
Mhm.
boy, howdy, my specific kind of ADHD does not do well with rehashes and rewatching and doing things over again. So to be watching a clip for the 18th time in 16 episodes, as cool as the art is during that time, I'm like, I know there's no new information in this episode. I'm moving on.
There is no new information. You are correct. I think
time
it
to
is
meet
just,
Viral for the fifth time for the first time for the fifth time. Like
Yeah.
it is a fun little artistic recap. That's what it is.
And I don't know, like, I didn't look into this at all, Ray, and I don't know if you've talked a little bit about some of the development stuff. Like, do you know why this episode existed? Like, I mean, I get it. There's some cool art stuff that they do, but like, we're 16 episodes in to a 27 episode series, and we're doing another clip show where
Yeah.
we just had one a few episodes ago, and like, what was happening?
This was a
I think
long
I have
time.
I
Okay,
have
go
a
ahead.
partial explanation to this here from the wiki.
Oh, okay, go
Or
for it.
a wiki. Um, this episode brings the series episode count to 27. This is unusual because most weekly syndicated shows are planned to have multiples of 13 episodes,
Yep.
since that divides evenly into a 52-week year. This suggests that a recap episode was added late in production, perhaps prompted by concern that weekly viewers might be confused by the second arc if they couldn't remember important details about the first one. Which seems reasonable enough, but
The series episode count to 27, but we are on
yes,
16.
because usually it should.
So
If
they
it's
had
like
they had 26
13 or
episodes
26.
planned, and so they decided, since we're, a few episodes into like what would technically, what would be a season 2, but we're starting like the next arc. We just want to recap everything that happened, and I don't know if they have like original air dates between on the wiki, but like, you would have to think that either there was a significant amount of time between those releases, or the artists, and the creators just knew that things were about to go so off the rails. They just had to give everybody like 20 minutes to be like, all right, y'all remember where we came from.
Yeah.
Just remember.
This is like the flight attendant telling you to like teaching you how to use like the safety belt. Make sure your tray table's up before things really go nuts.
Please
That's what
pull
this is.
mask down.
Do yours
I actually learned that
first
that's
before
actually an
assisting
important
others.
step. So there's a reason they do tell you that. Unrelated, but you do have to pull the cord down, or it may not activate.
Yeah.
Noted. I normally on the
PSA
best
for
of days
everybody.
hate compilation episodes. Damn it, that's not TSA. That's just FAA regulations. I have to interrupt you there, Josh. Damn you.
It's a
but
PSA.
Oh, PSA. I thought you
Yeah.
said TSA.
No,
My
no.
apologies. This one was a nice recount into. Remember when these guys were living in the dirt, and it's like, hey, they're fighting with giant mecha now, and they have won. You get to see the recount of how they won. Remember when this was the Kamina show and Simone was the side piece, and now it's the Simone show and Kamina's
He was the
fucking
what?
dead. Oh, he was totally the side piece.
He's a
Which,
side piece.
in some
right.
capacity, I would understand what you're saying if the next 2 episodes didn't throw all of those facts right back in your face and be like, hey, remember when they were dirt people and Kamina, had his big dick energy? Oh, by the way, here's big dick Kamina in the center of the city.
Yes, they never forget what Kamina gave them,
'Cause
which
it's
is
like
good.
Kamina City, right?
Yeah, it's
actually,
Kamina City.
But yeah, anything else? I mean, again, I didn't watch it,
No,
so I
not really.
have little to say about this episode. Or can we move
I liked
on?
the the writing of the story notes. I thought that was cool. But
Yeah.
That is dope.
yeah, that's it. Nothing
Yeah.
else to say here.
All right, so well, Giga drill break our way into episode 17,
Wow,
where
there it is.
it is
Got
a
'em.
17, where it is a 7-year time skip, and Mike put it in the separate channel. Look at that Simone glow up.
My man.
Also,
Can
Rossi was like
can I get a honk honk awooga?
Wooga.
Like,
Rossi
oh
was like
my-
8 feet tall now, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rossio, you need to start hooping. Like,
Someone get that guy a sandwich. He looks like he weighs 95 pounds.
Well,
soaking wet.
I mean,
Yeah.
somebody did try and get him a sandwich, and he had flashbacks and PTSD of,
That's right,
of a horrible
yeah.
time. So
he was triggered. Yeah.
This is a fun episode. This is fun for a lot of reasons. Yeah. I'd like to
So-
recount it a little bit with you,
Yeah,
gentlemen, especially
give
Mike,
us like
since you
give us the
saw
big
it.
give us like the big summary here before we like deep dive, I guess.
Well, the biggest summary is that it starts the episode saying, "Hey, we expanded. We have flying cars now. We have government. We have processes.
Things moved fast, which is
Yeah.
I guess we
Yeah.
learned more about, but that was cool. Sorry.
Simone is now the supreme commander of humanity, which that's a title. That's a bump. That's a promotion. Good job."
going
And-
from Dirt Boy to Supreme Commander
kind of
Simone.
thing, going from Dirt Boy to Supreme Commander is the kind of that's like a job. It's like you're never not working if you're.
That
a
is
Supreme
that is the
Commander.
that is the Kim Jong Il story, or whatever his
Yeah.
dad's name is. That is just like he literally spawned from the dirt and then created North Korea. Here we go.
That's exactly how it happened. Except in this weird anime, yeah, there's some truth
Yeah,
to
yeah.
it. But bigger beat, Rasiu is his second in command, and Rasiu is weird. I'm gonna steal another phrase from Mike. He is experiencing his Gendo Akari arc right
he's
now.
he's in his Gendo era right now.
Important to
Rasiu
note
is stressed. We'll just say that he is a stressed man.
Yes.
He
Yes.
is he's definitely not taking a day off. He's not using his PTO.
Speaking of people who need to get their backs blown out.
Rasiu just needs his back blown out. That's all he needs. Maybe he'll calm down. No, Rasiu is still stressed because he's one of the only people that actually gives a damn about
He's
Lord
trying to
Genome's
run like a
warning.
post-revolutionary government is what's happening here.
He is very much running. Well, he thinks he is. Well, he's trying to keep account on like how many humans are on the Earth. We assume by when Lord Lord Genome said, when 1 million apes roam the planet, Hell's messenger will come from the moon. And he's like, okay, that means literally. So when there's 1,000,000 humans, we need to just keep count of that. And unfortunately, Supreme Commander Simone put the two dumbest people in their entire crew in charge of counting the humans. And they don't do it. They're like, okay, no problem. We'll just have someone else do it. I'm sure it's not that big of a deal. Spoiler alert: it becomes the biggest deal possible. But I want to hear from Mike's point of view because Mike, this is your first time watching it. So before I get to
Yes.
bigger points, I want to know what you felt for like the first 15 minutes watching this, the new world.
I was
as it were.
very. I feel like, not that the. I think I've kind of said this before, where I'm like, it's like, this is fine, but I'm not sure why this show in particular really stuck with you guys for so long. I feel like now I'm like, okay, like I'm kind of starting to see I'm this like the I was really waiting for some of this stuff to kind of come through, like the time jump. It's like all that stuff. I think is really it's like I'm like, okay, we're going now. We're going here, which is really nice. Like I really enjoyed kind of learning getting the slice of life of Simone hasn't done the paperwork yet. Like Rossio is trying to help run this government, and people have just concerns about street cleaning and all sorts of just mundane life stuff like that, which is just kind of a different it's very kind of fun to see it talking about being in these spaces. It's
Yeah,
kind of fun.
I've said this before, maybe on this podcast, but to you guys and friends and whatnot, me, I've always been interested in the what happens after the victory, what are the post-war trials like after all of the events in the Harry Potter books, and things like that. After all this mess and the dust is settled, there's a lot of shit that a bunch of people just have to start figuring
build a
out.
government is not the easiest thing to do, which is it's very fun to see it kind of mech anime, which has been the power of friendship for most of the first arc, suddenly be people think taxes are too high.
Yeah, and it's you have
really fun.
You have a government that is very bifurcated in a. You have the old guard and the heroes of the Beastmen War, who are not really. They're great battlefield leaders and they're great people to inspire, but day-to-day logistics of just running a functioning society, they are absolutely helpless in. And
it's you think that it's fun to think about the possibility of a growing resentment over a lack of civic, okay, just because you're a war hero doesn't mean you should run all these things. It's not as really it's interesting to imagine that kind of space. I don't know where things kind of go from here, if that will really be a factor in the show anymore, because the moon is gonna crash into the planet in 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, let's
but
go
we'll
ahead
get
and
there.
skip to that.
But also
that's gonna-
it I think it's a good commentary too on people adjust to their new situations very quickly, and once they have acclimated to a new standard of living, they lose a certain level of appreciation for sometimes where they came from, what happened before and whatnot. And you're right, hey, yeah, we were dirt people 7 years ago, but my Coca-Cola's not here anymore, and god damn it, I'm pissed. So
I want to call back to Josh was talking about the trials that goes on. Yeah, so speaking of trials, Viral is just out in the desert causing a ruckus.
Yeah, what's he doing? Is he in the Argentina of Earth now or something, or what?
Well,
what's going on?
Okay, so first of all,
he's immortal, so
yeah, remember he is. He is Lord Genome's
Took him 7
personal
years to
voice
catch him.
recorder.
Viral's too dumb. There's no way he was out there for 7 years not being caught. Come on.
Well, he can't.
That's the first
die.
unbelievable thing that's happened in the show.
Oh my gosh. They attack him with gray pearls, which is mass production unit what are they called? Gurren Laganns. Why couldn't I think of that word? It's the name of the show. They have machine guns. It's cool, and they all beat
Yeah, I like
the
the,
shit.
the machine
little-
pistol thing.
yeah,
they
their
have,
little gat machine pistols.
The little Mac 10s that they have coming out of the arm. It's cute. And Vero gets arrested, but you find out Vero's not a bad guy anymore. He was actually fighting for the humans that want to stay underground. That some humans don't want to come to the surface. And Vero's like, no, these people get a chance too, don't they? Don't they have a say? And you find out Rasu, in his Gendo arc, is like, no, humans don't have a say. We need to keep account of them. And Simone asks a serious question. Okay, I get where you're coming from. What happens when you find the 1 millionth person and you don't bring them on ground? Rossio, get back here! Rossio, answer me! And
Rasu definitely be like, he's gonna watch like Evangelion sometime and see like Gendo templing his fingers the way he does. Rasu's gonna be like, wow, this guy's cooking.
Yeah, Rossio's looking at it like,
How-
that's what I've been talking about this entire time.
How did he get his glasses to do that? How you can't even see through those things. How do you do that?
Rossio doesn't even need glasses. He just wears the fake ones.
Yeah.
He just needs that glint
just
going
just
on.
to get the.
I like that callback though. This was one of my favorite callbacks. That Rossio used to live in that village, and they said we can't have above. I think it was like 25 or 50 people. Once we get to that one, we send that one person to the surface, and let's face it, they probably died. Rossio is ready to commit genocide. He's like, for the sake of humanity, I will kill every single person above 9,999 million. So on, whatever that big number is. There's not going to be a million. Period. He doesn't say it, but you know it. You know he's going to do it. He'll do it with a gunman if he needs
Well,
to.
especially because he was about to like fire on a crowd, or was very close to that happening in the next
His
episode.
guards were.
When and we'll talk about this a little bit more in the next episode, but like you can tell that Rossiu in one capacity is defaulting to what he knows from, I forget what they call the high priest of that village or whatever, but like, figuring out a way to cast out the people to keep the threshold under 1 million, or, maybe he just wanted to know so they, knew when it was coming, not that they were going to do anything, but, who knows where Rossiu is screwing that line. But then in the next episode, he finds out a little bit more about the motivations and intentions of the Spiral King. And
How does he find out, Josh?
well,
this was peak Gendo. This was the thing when I was like, he's Gendo.
He's just Gendo Akari.
After the Battle of Tepelin, they had apparently retrieved his head and have over the last 7 years basically uploaded him into a computer and reanimated his head to give them all the information and all the secrets of the Spiral King. During this time period, he admits why he kept people underground and said, basically, I try to keep a minimum viable population so that the anti-spirals would never come back. But getting ahead of ourselves a little bit here, but yeah.
I was about to say, what's an anti-spiral? They say that this episode.
Yes, but like, again, Rossiu then is like telling the Spiral King, you're an asshole for doing that. Why would you do this? When he's getting ready to 86 a child, because that's going to be the 1,000,000th person, so.
Yeah, the Spiral King says, he doesn't say it because Rossiu specifically says, we brought you back to life, but we took away all your emotions. We just need your logic, which is cruel, but okay. He's just a talking head.
How could that backfire?
Yeah, right. But the Spiral King says, you idiots have no idea what you're doing. You don't know. I was the good guy the entire time. Yes, you had a harsh life underground, but it was better being alive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he explains that he's some long-lost warrior from deep space, and there's a whole nother alien race called anti-spirals, and humans are descended from spirals, and humans are in touch with the way the universe works because DNA is spirals,
this
galaxies.
Ass, honestly, it's so dumb, but I love it. Okay, so again, Rossiu Rossiu walking down a hallway of science, looking at a vat. I'm like, it's giving Gendo.
Peak
It's
Gendo.
giving Gendo.
It's giving Gendo. And then like Lore Genome vat in a vat is like, the way that DNA looks and the way the universe itself spins are the same thing. Actually,
Mm.
that's like that is so fucking fun. I'm like,
That's
oh
cool.
yeah, let's go.
Spiral
The
power
spirals
is
are
the power
built into
of
you.
evolution.
It's
Yeah.
like it's just like it was just so funny because sometimes you think when you like are like writing or reading something or watching something, you see like someone had like you see like the idea that like you just get the you just like zoop, you find the thing that was the genesis for the entire
Lord
show
Genome's
or
defeat.
whatever, where someone like this person whoever made the show like looked at a picture of the universe and was like, oh, that's kind of cool, and then saw a picture of a snail and was like, yo, that's like the same thing. And then saw DNA and was like, yo, that's also kind of twisty. Well, maybe I got something here. Oh. And just that's where it all
It all just came from
spiraled.
there.
It all spiraled from there.
They explain
Spiral.
they use spirals because of that reason, and that's why spiral technology is all based on spirals. Tepelin, the royal capital, was spinning to keep Tepelin from being attacked. It just spun even faster. Lagann, that robot Simon has, that's their most powerful tool because it spirals into other mecha to take it over and make it stronger and a part of your own. It spirals all the way down.
Yep, we
And
do get an explanation now of why Lagann is able to just combine with all this ridiculous stuff and get bigger and you know continually evolve like the Samus's power suit is like, well, it was our ultimate spiral warrior and it just that's just what it does. You're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool, yeah, that makes sense.
it's the ultimate weapon. It just gets bigger. When you encounter an issue, steal and make a bigger mecha. And I love that for it. Okay, then the bullshit happens.
Well, we
Uh,
we did forget one thing in episode 17. You know
what's
the
that?
Baby.
the baby
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
that's what I was about to say.
the immediate arrival of this just fractal, unusual looking computer generated, like obviously something that does not.
It looks like a Star Trek ship, but
Yeah.
like
It looks like
but
it's from
a-
Tron.
yeah, it looks like a PlayStation 1 polygon version of a red Enterprise or something.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I appreciate that.
That-
Like there is a similarity between Beastmen and humans and like the art style and everything that's
Yes.
happened, but like they make sure that you know that this is not of
You're like,
this realm.
"Ooh,
Like you're like
different,"
this
yeah.
is other, and it just shows up and is basically like, yo, y'all hit 1,000,000 and just starts blowing shit up.
I love that the second that a new life is
Like, you know, that
confirmed,
thing was like
the
way at the fucking door. It's like,
the sky opens up and just over the moon, and a harbinger of death appears. Like, y'all thought Lord Genome was not talking that good shit. No, he was out there spitting. He was letting you
like
all know.
it was very funny because I'm like, oh, this is some kind of like metaphor or whatever. It's like, no, it's literal. It's the most literal thing. It's like, oh, I guess we don't really have to figure this out. It's just kind of blowing
Yeah.
everything up the second the 1,000,000th person was born.
Also,
Okay. Oof.
it's extremely strong. Like the
Yeah.
the gun
The
pearls or
grapparals.
Grapparls, yeah. What a dumb name. I don't like that name. Gurren Lagann's been given the good names, but Grapparl? Nah, I'm not feeling it. Anyways, they just get obliterated. They're like the Jets in Independence Day. They're just getting blown out of the sky.
They're the GMs in Mobile
It's
Suit Gundam.
gnarly.
Just getting
I mean, like,
wrecked.
You know what? After
the two new kids, like they kind of hold their own. They do okay. But this thing fucks up a lot of people. And then
Yeah.
well, Simon shows up
and he
and
actually
ruins
has
everything.
well, because
Way to
his Gurren
Good job.
Lagann actually still uses full spiral technology, so it can beat the anti-spirals.
He uses a Giga Drill break, and then the craft breaks into little pieces, and boom, 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 bombs a major chunk of the city.
Can we say that, like, if Lockheed Martin ever invented a weapon where if you destroy it, it actually causes a bigger explosion than what the weapon was actually intended to do. It's like, all right, well, what's the counterplay for that? All right, I'm going into Marvel Snap Talk. What is my card I'm supposed to use?
You gotta you gotta run Shang-Chi for that.
You
Ray,
gotta
the new
anticipate it
the new
coming.
B-21 stealth bomber actually has that technology. So if
The
they
new
do manage to to shoot it down, it just tiny mini thermonuclear warheads just rain down over
Just
wherever.
peacemaker nukes
Yep.
launch off of the wings, just in case. Shooting it down is the worst thing you'll ever do. Yeah, it destroys like a whole city. It destroys several city blocks when they take it out. Simone feels sad. Everyone feels sad. The people in Communist City are like pissed. They're like, well, why did you do that? Why did you destroy it? You destroyed even more things
Are
here.
you-
Why didn't you?
Are
fight
you
it
gonna
out the
pay
city?"
for it? You know that you're gonna fix this, right? You're gonna pay for my fire damage.
Who? Yeah, one person is like yelling at Simone, like, "It destroyed my car." Bitch, it destroyed a skyscraper. You didn't. What do you mean
I
your
love
car?
a couple other things before we move from this first episode. First of all, I loved the village chief showing back up as like the restaurateur.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was really fun. He's like, haha, these boys loved my pig steaks, the pig mole steaks.
I
They
taught
loved
them
them.
everything I knew. They're a chip off the old block.
It's just very funny.
He's got so
Um,
many of those gold rings.
He's dripped out. Also, the design of the city with like the gunman faces.
Yeah.
Everywhere. It's
dope.
like, but it's also like kind of like Art Deco-y, like very cool. It's just really a cool look.
Oh, heaven. That is heaven. Return
It's-
to Art Deco, America.
yeah.
We had a good thing going. Why did you get rid of
We
it?
really did. We really blew it.
Go
And
back.
the only other thing I think we missed from this episode is the fact that the anti-spiral messenger
Yes.
Nia, it
Yeah.
turns out that she is this hidden anti-spiral messenger. And we'll talk. We get to learn a little bit more about this in the next episode. But she is, she is the messenger for the anti-spirals and letting people know that shit's going bad.
I didn't like this. I'm gonna be honest. Granted, this is again my third time watching this. This always sideswipes me, and I always think this is kind of dumb. It's kind of an ass pull because Nia just accepted Simone's proposal, so they're now to be wed. And it's like, well, we gotta torture this character. She's having it a little too good right now. So, what if she was the angel of death? Someone said, and here we are. And it's like, but why? How? Happenstance. That's just how it works. No other reason is really given. They're just like, yeah, there's anti-spiral DNA in you. How did Lord Genome use and manipulate anti-spiral DNA, and why, excuse me, in the fuck would he ever put it in anything that could talk? That seems like you're setting yourself up for failure. Anyways, rant over. I don't like Nia being the messenger there. I thought that was kind of ham-fisted. All right, on to episode 18. One last thing before we go to episode 18. Have you guys been watching the openings and the endings? Because they're all different.
Yes, they're different.
No.
Not the endings though. I skipped the endings.
The new ending's good. The new ending for this new arc is really good.
I skip both.
Oh, God. Okay.
Josh is like, I'm watching this show at 1.8 speed too. I'm processing content at optimum speed.
When you go from episode 16, the compilation show, to the brand new opening, and it shows just humanity moving forward and all the new like advanced gunmen taking to the skies, flying in formation, and it shows them ready to not only fight but just be at peace. I'm like, all right, I forgot the show did this. This is nice. This is wonderful. I know everything is going like bad here in the moment, but for right now, this seems okay.
But I mean, think about how many more public works projects they could have done had they not spent all that money on those useless grop rolls. I mean, I'm just saying. Teppelin's pork barrel budget is just a little too big, and I think we need to take it down a notch.
I will say,
sorry,
if we're gonna
Timmy. Tepelin Medicare for All just got blown up by a cube monster. Once again.
if we are gonna shit on the military spending of Communist City, I will say their grapplers completely useless in the face of an actual threat. Also, I wanted to bring this up to Josh earlier because he mentioned it. After playing Gundam Evolution, there will be no more shit talk of GMs in my personal presence. Okay, that thing delivered, but best mecha in that damn game. That very very dead game. Okay, on to episode 18, which, hey,
Yeah, there's a lot of, this episode is very
Juicy.
juicy, but it's very
Juicy.
it's very exposition heavy of like
some
we
lore.
are all going to like get deep in trying to figure out what is going on, and I think this is again, we had the initial clash, and then it's like, okay, we all are just frantically trying to make sense of this new information and do literally anything we can, because we've already seen that we are potentially no match for this, and Lord Genome was right. So what do we do?
I love that phrase. Lord Genome was right. He was always right. He was right the entire time. Maybe subjugating
Maybe
mankind?
he should have chilled out on the calling us apes kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, but
I know like anime antagonists love to just throw the term ape around like a little too casually.
that Lord Frieza monkey
You
comes
monkey.
to mind.
Frieza, you can't just call people. You can't do that.
I can't lose to a monkey like you.
As I always say, it's the extra spice of hate on the M when he says
Monkey.
Elon Musk, unban Frieza.
Frieza did nothing wrong. Gosh. All right, I'm going to stop right there. Yes, it's a very lore-heavy. Mike, you like lore. How did you like hearing about the entire lore of the series in just one episode?
It was great. Like I said, I love the idea of the writers of the show being like, "Hey, you ever think about how DNA and then also the bend of the galaxy itself and the universe from there are both spirally looking?" I love that. Like, I love being like, that's the same thing. Like, it rocks. I love it.
I want to show you guys a picture. I'm sending it in Discord. They flashed it for only 2 seconds on screen in the episode, but it is a picture of Lord Genome when he was younger.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that is a Kamina
Yeah, it
pose
is.
right there.
Yeah, I do like that he's like, yo, we fucking lost. Like, we
Yeah,
thought
that's what sucks.
we thought we were tough shit, and we got wrecked. And there are spiral life forms all over the galaxy, all over the universe, and every single one of them has this, this spiral elimination force just looming over, waiting for them to hit 1,000,000. And
It's very Mass Effect, which I was talking to Ray about, which is, again, a very cool concept. It's very scary and always very fun.
The Reapers, they're always on the edge of the galaxy. And every 40,000 years, they come up with like, you guys have advanced too far. You created AI. Wipe. All right.
Can you guys do calculus? Yeah. No?
Mm,
All right. Here we go. Brrr.
The only thing I wish, and I don't remember if they touch on this, is like, what made Lord Genome this immortal being that could also create obviously he was a powerful spiral warrior, but like, are they just implying that he was so powerful that he was, literally immortal and had the power of creation, even though, he didn't have a core that's just one of those, like...
No, he knows exactly what a core drill is.
Yes, but what is the source of his spiral power that is, gives him unlimited life and the ability to create the Beastmen and to, grant unlimited life to Viral and what, they don't touch on the full like extent of his powers. They just say he was a great spiral warrior. They still fucking lost, and he basically kept humanity underground so that they would still exist and never hit that threshold of the elimination force. I also love that he's like, Yeah, I was sitting around for 1,000 years and got bored and lazy, so that's why you guys
Mhm.
beat me.
I don't
Yeah, that's
think
yeah, sure, that's it. Yeah.
I don't think Lord Genome ever actually calls himself a human. I don't know if he is what we consider a human. He is a spiral being
Mm,
that that's how I interpret it as. Or maybe he is like the
I
ascended
thought
form of a human.
maybe because I thought at one point in one of the early episodes he said, basically he said he was the only human above the surface.
Yeah. So, okay, here's my interpretation of this. Yes, I'm not going to give anything away. Don't worry, Mike. But where Lord Genome comes from and what he is both a human, but it's not what we think as a human. Okay, going down this evolutionary chain. Follow along with me. We are apes. Bonobos are apes. We are not bonobos. We could do so much more than bonobos. We live longer. We are stronger. We have advanced
We make
weaponry.
ourselves sad by looking at posts.
Yes, we can experience existential dread. I don't know if bonobos do, but I'm gonna assume not because they seem pretty happy having sex all the time. That said, we're still apes. We're still in that same family.
Yeah,
So I
I see what
think
you're
that
saying. Yeah.
Lord Genome is like that ascendant form of, yeah, I'm a human, but not the way you guys think of humans. I'm way out here. And look what I could remember when he was fighting Simone. He just said, you know what? I'm tired of like being in this gunman, and he just gets out of it and just punches his way.
That was so sick. That was fun. Very Ganondorf, which I loved.
Yeah, very, absolutely. And he starts glowing. He's bald, but he starts glowing this energy off of his head, very Super Saiyan like. But that's his spiral energy. So that's how I took it. I don't know if it's right or wrong. That's always how I've taken Lord Genome's like weird half step between a human and not a human.
That makes sense.
The other kind of big thread happening with this second episode here is the disappearance of Nia after the weird announcement that after she was kind of like possessed by the anti-spirals
Oh
and
yeah.
jumped onto the TV and was like, Rossi was like, boy, I hope no one finds out about this. And then everybody finds
Yep,
out.
everybody knows.
Rough situation. And she's like, yeah, it's like, oh, I wonder what she'll tell everybody. And again, she's like,
Everything.
everything. Oh, by the way, the moon is gonna come and kill you all in 3 weeks.
That is the most thug life way the anti-spirals like get rid of like a problem. They're like, yeah, there's always a heavenly body orbiting this planet, and the moment they get out of control, smash that thing into
Mega
the planet.
mega structurists everywhere just were heavy breathing going, I fucking knew it.
I told you so.
In case you guys want to know what would happen if the moon got close to the Earth, Kortskaza has a really fun video. It would be bad. It wouldn't be like the moon actually smashing into the Earth. No, it would be worse than that.
Don't worry, there's
The-
a great documentary called Moonfall. I watched it on plane. Definitely
Moonfall?
touches on this. You should go watch it.
No!
I want to watch it.
That sounds so dumb.
I gotta watch it.
Is it good sci-fi or is it like really dumb sci-fi?
Ray, you know, come on, buddy, you know,
I-
you know the answer to that.
Okay,
Ray,
do they
what?
do they say the words
Ray, buddy.
Rosh limit? If they don't say the word Rosh limit, I know what I'm getting into.
The leading scientific mind is a self-proclaimed mega structurist expert.
What the fuck does that mean?
That's all you need to know, Ray. That's all you need to know.
No. Okay. So kind of nerding out for just a quick second. The Rosh limit is how close a heavenly body can get to a planet before the heavenly body splits up and the planet just has rings. Every time the heavenly body gets too close, Saturn has a lot of rings. Why? Too many small planets or small planetoids got close, hit its Rosh limit, and now rings. Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, all of them have rings for that exact reason. The Earth would get rings if the moon got too close. But before we got rings, horrible, terrible, bad things would happen. The moon controls the tides. Guess what else it would do if it got too close? Miserable things.
I mean, sometimes high tide's really annoying. So like, and I like bling. So let's
That's why you have flood insurance.
ring it up, baby. Let's go.
just in case.
But yeah, the Nia exposition, we get a little more information on, and Ray talked about, and I agree with Ray on like this, not loving this plot point. I understand kind of why they did it, but just the fact that she had this, basically she was a Manchurian candidate and was activated at this time to
Oh no,
be the messenger. And she can never become a human again, and she is now a anti-spiral messenger. She gets this sick black outfit, and she like
Yeah, she's got some
instant
sick
transmission
tats,
back
like,
into space.
and beams back to home planet like Poochie.
And
Like
then
Planet
two
Poochie.
of those anti-spiral ships show up, and
they handle it kinda.
they do. I mean, they're still trying to figure out how to fight these things. And Simone's great idea is like, hey, I'll just blow it up and then we'll just shoot all the little pieces so that they don't blow anything up.
So I thought about this, and I thought, there's a piece of my brain that wants to say, how many bullets did they just fire? And then I remember, wait a minute, I'm watching Gurren Lagann. Where do those giant drills come from? I'm not asking questions. By all means, shoot as many bullets as you need to destroy everything.
Yeah.
I will
Even
say
I don't disagree.
the shot where one of the grapparols just throws Gurren Lagann one of those pistols so he can help shoot them at the very end, and then he just like tosses them back to him. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's dope. Let's go."
It's so good. It's good. Like
That's
I like the
nice.
machine pistol thing. It's just fun. Other good things from this episode, I really Simone kind of gets into old Simone, where he's like, Nia, be normal again, and she's like, why are you talking weird? And she's clearly not the person she was.
Yeah, like it's
so funny. He's like, well, is this a joke? What are you doing, Nia? And it's like,
you always say
Simone,
things that I don't understand, but like kind of in a way I understand,
Like,
and now this is really I don't understand.
oh yeah, and this is also tragic because Simone proposed and Nia did I'm the weird anime girl thing and being like, no. But then like the girlies got her taken care of.
Yeah,
So that's good.
because she didn't understand what marriage was, and two people can't become one. So like I had to say no.
To be fair to Nia, it's not much, but to be fair to Nia, 7 years ago, her first question to Simone is, what is a human? So I'm going to cut her a little
Yeah.
slack.
She has
Well,
come a
it is
long
like
way
that.
in 7 years.
True.
I love that juxtaposition. Nia, what is a human? Simone, what I wish he would say, listen, I just found out there was a surface like a week ago. I'm going to need you to catch Mia. I'm not ready.
But yeah, that kind of brings us to the end of this episode, and Rossi, getting hit in the head during a protest, and his guards almost icing a bunch of protesters, and he'd be like, no, I know who to blame. And then they go
Yes.
and they try and arrest Supreme Commander Simone and be like, yo, this is your fucking fault, asshole. To the brig.
I don't like the plot pointing here of like, yeah, humanity would just get super angry at the people that control the mecha, even though they're trying to not destroy everything. They're like, this is all your fault. Like it literally isn't. But obviously, to quote from Men in Black, person is smart, people are dumb, and that's what I'm just gonna have to go with right
Yep.
there. I would like
And
to
yes,
think
there's this, obviously there's a sense of panic, and you have these heroes that look like they might be a little outmatched, and you just heard that the
need a scapegoat.
Majora's Mask situation is about to happen to you, so you gotta do something, right?
Yeah.
I
It's
wanna
like that thing where it's like, he burned our crops, poisoned the water supply, and as a plague, led a plague onto our houses. He did? No, but are we gonna wait around until he does?
Wait, what is this from? This sounds so familiar.
That's from SpongeBob, I think.
Oh gosh, that's great. Are we gonna give him the chance?
But yeah, that's kind of The last note I had in notes and things I wanted to talk about, I don't know if you guys have anything else, but obviously, besides the clip show's fine, whatever. But like these last 2 episodes, a lot of information, a lot of like setting the stage for the next arc, and I very much enjoyed these 2 episodes, and I'm very excited to see what comes next.
Yeah, I feel like it was okay. I'm really intrigued with all this new stuff. I am very curious to see where we go from here. Yeah, because yeah, I'm excited. I'm kind of like, I'm ready to see where we get going from here. I'm excited.
We have 2. I want to make a suggestion to you guys. We have 2 more post-scripteds. We should do 4 each. 19, 20, 21, 22. And then hit the last 4 in the back end, 23, 24, 25, 26. Because
Okay, so 4 each next time.
yeah, you okay, you saw in 2 episodes they revealed, by the way, the moon's going to crash into the earth. This pace doesn't stop. Like it just keeps going. Like
all right.
This is the quickening right here. As you probably just saw, this was originally supposed to be a 52 episode run. They had to compress it. There's a lot of stuff that starts kicking off in these last. Like,
well, when you have like 5 fucking filler episodes, yeah, of course you get.
Actually, I think we have, if we do 3 episodes, because we have
19, 20, 21,
22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So
27.
We do three episodes, yeah.
I thought there was 26. Oh, okay.
So
yeah, we
3 episodes still.
Okay. Yep, keep it at 3 episodes. All right. Any last words, gentlemen? Nope. Josh.
The only last word I have is to see my next word at unscriptedgaming.com.
Wow. Okay.
There you go. Just flawless transition, because there you can find links to all of our social media and our audio and video podcast. You can find us on Facebook at Unscripted Gaming Podcast, at Twitter for now. We probably need to think about that here soon at unscript_gaming. Wow, we haven't done the show since the Reckoning. Shit, we'll need to might need to do some toots up there. We are on YouTube, SoundCloud.
Don't look up what plane we're flying in, folks. We will find you, and we will report you and ban you.
Well, follow us on Twitter while you can. Get our audio and video podcasts all over the internet. Thank you for watching Unscripted Gaming. My name is Josh.
My name is Mike.
My name is Ray.
Peace.